effects up. That's what you gotta do. You gotta put one on top of the other, and then you gotta automate, bro. That's it. Easy peasy. What's going on, guys? It's your brother O.T.G. Charles Paris. The O.T.G's for overtime grind. Hardly seen, but I'm always around. And today I'm on my MPC-1. I have a 1 hour and 48 minute video of just mixing these two tracks and doing all kinds of cool stuff. And while I edit that, I wanted to give you guys just this, stacking these effects, something like flex beat, and using your automation, just to follow up the last video that I did. So make sure you like, share, subscribe, comment. Make sure you hit that notification bell. Check out the Stimmy Pack, all kinds of cool stuff, plus it comes with the app. All right now, I'm about to, I'm doing some mixing, right? Some basic mixing. Again, this is just me touching the knobs, right? Listening with my ears, getting the feel for what's going on. This video, when I put it out, it's about having a bunch of sequences. So I had 8 sequences, 2 tracks, and we wanted to turn 8 sequences into a song using song mode. And so there's a lot of blending and doing things to get stuff to work. So, that video's coming. But at this point, we're all the way at the end, right? And so now I'm doing the basic stuff to blend it in. So I'm going to throw an EQ on there. I'm going to add a little bit of the highs. Make sure you check out that O.T.G Stimmy Pack. Comes with all kinds of tutorials, over 400 progressions, 40 plus expansions, plus the web app and the tips. All right, so now we have this on there. Let's give it a listen. I got the OG, triple OG, quadruple OG, super OG MPC-1. It don't even say Akai on the top. It just say MPC-1. The plus and all the other ones look different. All right, so now we're going to throw flex beat on there. We're going to select our sound, our effect, right? So I'm going to use like that trance effect. I'm going to mess with the dry wet, and I'm going to turn the quantize on. And I'm going to overdo it a little bit. But the first thing I want you guys to see is like there's layers to this. You could overdo it, and then, you just got to think about how you're overdoing it, right? So I have my way that I tend to get my samples together and get everything right, or how I mix stuff and come back through, I guess. So normally I do the on-off messages if I'm going to do any automation. So right here, I'm going to go over, I'm going to hit my play start, and I'm just going to automate the on and off. So you see, the first thing that I did is I got my dry wet where I want it to be. When the automation's on, I can't touch anything else. I just got to focus on the one thing. This is how I look at it. I like to do it in passes. You mess up, you got to go in there, list edit, and then you'll be there for a minute. So I like to go make sure that it played. So I see that it's playing, that the automation is working. I go visually check so I can see it coming on and off. Now we go turn our automation back on, hit our trap mix, and now we're going to automate the on and off message. Hopefully you guys are having a good summer. Everything is good. You're making some music. You're feeling blessed. You're spending time with your family. You're not stressing about anything. Life is always going to be what it is. So if you have the ability to watch this video, see this video, touch an MPC, be creative, then be thankful, be grateful. If you're able to take on new information and hear that, be thankful, be grateful. You know, a lot of people can't do that. A lot of people are struggling, man. This method takes a little bit longer, but I like doing it this way. I like to do all my automation at the end because here's the logic, right? If I have a super simple beat, I just have drums and a sample. And I don't do a bunch of variations on the drums. You know, then my main option is I still got to create movement, right? And all of these little things that I could do, like turning the volume up and down, you know, at certain parts, dropping the drums off here and there, messing around with pans and effects, you know, automating and doing this and turning that off and turning this off. After past 1, 2, or 3, you start to hear your simple loop start to come alive. You get what I'm saying? And then each pass you allow yourself to see if you feel that, if you like that, if it's something that you could work with. Yeah, I could rock with that. You know, sometimes I'll sit back, that's what I'm doing now, and just listen to it for a second. You know, and allow myself to visualize what I'm about to do next. You know, I know my MPC pretty well, so I could pre-decide some things, but some things I gotta just do in the flow, in the vibes. And so you have to set yourself up and kind of have a scale of what's more important. For me, there's nobody here. I don't care if you guys like the music. I don't care if Bill, Bob, Joe, Paul, Jane, they like it. There's nobody watching over my shoulder. It's no competition. So I'll just take my time and get it right. There's no need for me to show off and turn 10 knobs at the same time. Nobody's here. And other days I might need the efficiency, so I might do 2 things. It just kind of depends on the beat. But most of the time my motivation is I don't want to spend, like in this video, when I edit it and put it up, you know, I changed some drum patterns. We did a lot of mixing with the drum effects. We did a lot of things, right? And so because of that, that's why it took time. I don't like to spend time on one thing for hours and hours and hours and hours, just trying to get the highs right or something. It's not really what I'm trying to do. And I'm especially not trying to do that early when it's just a loop, just to turn it into a full beat and have to be counterproductive in my mixing. That's a power tip right there. All right, we should be getting to the end. I'm going to go a little bit crazy. We got that done. Boom. Turn off your automation. I'm going to add in another one. You could keep it playing, but I like to lock in each iteration of automation that way. So now let's use our scratch. And remember I told you, we still can turn it down. There's some things going on. We could still turn it down and get it right. So a lot of people might not have known you could stack that flex beat up. So you could have 4 flex beats doing 4 different things, turning them off and on, you know, and really going crazy. You could definitely put it on a send return track and send stuff over to it and have effects going on it. There's all kinds of ways, and I'm going to show you. I'm going to show you. So right now we're automating this on and off message. Shout out to everybody who has the O.T.G Stimmy Pack, everybody who's bought the MPC Masterclass, all the people who come in the comments, all the people who subscribe on Twitter to see the videos and talk to me that way. I appreciate you guys. Man, listen. We're really starting to cook up, guys. I appreciate you guys. I appreciate the good feedback on the app. You know, for all of you guys who own the masterclass, if you haven't been in there in a while, go log in. You'll find a PDF file. On that PDF file, you'll find a bunch of tips to help you with your MPC. It doesn't matter which MPC you're on. And then you'll see a link. You click that link, it'll open up to the O.T.G MPC guide. And that guide, I got a bunch of tips. You can type in and search stuff. Oh, nope, I took the search out. It's a bunch of tips, a bunch of things that you probably never thought of. Over 85 tips. I trimmed it down from 300 down to 80 of the most important things you need to know. It's got full descriptions of the effects, important descriptions of screens and different things you might need, and the MPC sauce that comes with over 25 drum patterns of famous songs that you can utilize using the step sequencer. You get that when you buy the O.T.G Stimmy Pack or the MPC Masterclass. I'll link it below. Shout out to all you guys. Just go in there, check out the PDF. Lifetime updates, bro. By the end of the year, I have another one coming for the plugins that have manuals and different things available. All right, so we're still stacking this up. We're doing our automation, but we're getting to the finish line. Because what you need to know all the time is, how can I adjust it once I have my on and off messages going? What can I do now? What if the effect's too loud? Well, you could just turn it off. If you don't like it at all, you could turn it off on the pad. You can erase it from that slot, and then the automation will just read on-off messages for a blank space. Or what you could do is, after you automate and get your on-off messages right, you could then come back and mess with that dry wet knob and try to ease in the effect. You can even, if you wanted to, you could even automate the dry wet knob. So that way you have times where the effect is real subtle, and then you have other times where the effect is prominent. And all of this really starts to change just one sound and evolve it into something else. As we get ready to wrap up, you can see in song mode the songs are longer, they're better formatted. So this, what you're listening, I did in song mode, so it's formatted. I believe it's 6 different sequences, and the format's a lot better. It's formatted just for verses. That's a little bit different than the one sequence method. The one sequence method, you have to be aware of how many bars you're going out, you're doubling out to, and then you're doing the sequencing on the fly. In song mode, you could get extremely intricate. Make sure you like, share, subscribe, comment, check out the masterclass. I'll be uploading that 1 hour and 40-minute video. It's probably about 40 minutes dedicated to song mode, and me getting this lined out to the beat that you hear. And there's a lot of sequences didn't make it, probably like four sequences didn't make it. But when you have something like that, you could turn it into a full whole other beat. So you see now, I came back, I'm messing with the dry wet. Messing around with that dry wet's gonna give you a lot better feel, and it'll gives you the control you're probably looking over. And then in real time, you can add, subtract, or get it right. You could even automate again if you like. So on the MPC, you gotta stack them effects, man. You gotta stack them up. If you don't stack them, what you gonna do? You gotta try to stack out. Right now, I'm just ping-ponging between both and slowly getting it where I want it. And so the crazy thing about the MPC is something this light. I could do all this work that I did and then come in and start to build on top of that. How amazing is that? Make sure you like, share, subscribe, comment. I hope everybody has a great weekend, a great week. I hope all of you guys feel creative and get something done this week. No more sitting on loops. Just sitting on patterns. Turn them patterns and single sequences in the beats. Just loop it out. Or have a bunch of sequences and try different things in song mode and see what you get. I'll definitely upload that video next. It's coming probably tomorrow or Monday. Have a great day. Check out the Stimmy Pack. Like, share, subscribe, comment. It's your brother O.T.G.